This sheikh says true belief in the decree of Allah, His power, and His wisdom is an antidote to depression, anxiety, and host of other mental health problems. So he's saying, and he thinks that believing in the decree of Allah and His power, blah, 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 is an antidote to depression. If that's the case, then why do we find that Muslims also get depressed? Well, of course, the first thing they're going to tell you is, well, those are not proper Muslims. No, I'm talking proper Muslims, Muslims that pray 5 times a day, women that wear hijabs, Muslims that do whatever they can. They pray to Allah, they fast, they seek His help, they listen to scholars, they go for Fajr in the mosque, and they still have depression. Because depression has nothing to do with believing in Allah or not believing in Allah. It has everything to do with mental health. This situation is completely caused by brain dysfunctions, by life situations, by other things, not by belief in some deity or lack of belief in some deity. This is ridiculous. He then goes and says, when you experience mental health challenges, there's no problem in consulting mental health therapists, but return to Allah, perfect your faith, and improve your religious practice first and foremost. So this guy thinks that by praying more often, or by waking up for Fajr, or going to the mosque or whatever, this is somehow going to cure your depression. Now, depression is no joke. Depression is a real serious thing. Sometimes people say I'm depressed, and what they mean is, oh, I just feel a little bit sad. That's not what depressed is. Depression, clinical depression, is a severe thing. It's a dangerous thing, and it can actually cause people to want to kill themselves, or to take their lives, or other things like that. It's not something you should take lightly. And for this guy to take it so lightly and say, yeah, just perfect your faith, but at least he did say you can consult mental health professionals, which is better than not saying anything, like saying, oh, you just go and pray. At least he said that, we should be grateful for that. But the reality is, and the sad reality is, he's still framing it as an issue of religion. It's not an issue of religion. In many cases, depression could be a problem with the way your brain is wired. Your brain is not firing properly. Your hormone levels are imbalanced. Some things need to be fixed, and sometimes drugs help. Drugs can really help in certain situations. Or maybe you need cognitive behavior therapy. You need to be able to rewire your thinking. But praying, reading, blah, 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 whatever, is not going to solve anything, right? Reading more prayers, reading more Quran, doing extra dhikr, none of these things are going to solve your problem. You need a professional to help you, not perfecting your faith. So at the very least, we can say that this is a sort of dishonesty, almost like a fraud, that knows that prayer doesn't work. So he says, go seek help, mental health professionals. But at the same time, he's saying that, also pray. The thing is, if he knows that prayer doesn't do anything, he should just focus on mental health challenges and say, go see a therapist, go see a doctor. That's all you need. Leave the religion out of this. Why make this into a religious thing? But this is the problem with these religious people, these imams. They try to make themselves the bosses of everything. They try to make it sound like religion is the main criteria that solves everything, that fixes everything. But it's not, right? An honest imam would say, go see a doctor. That's it, and end it right there. Not this nonsense about, you can see a doctor, but also pray. No, this is not helpful. This is not productive, and this is going to cause Muslims to suffer even more by putting the faith in the wrong solution.